In this video, we're going to go over some of the hottest books coming out for the week of September the 20th.
So stay tuned for some exciting comic book news.
And the first book on our list is Star Wars Dark Droids D-Squad #1. Now, this is the first team appearance of D-Squad, a team of droids led by R2-D2. So we're really excited to see a Star Wars book on the list for the week.
It's been a little while. I love the Star Wars books, and this one looks pretty exciting.
Quick synopsis: the unsung heroes of the Clone Wars return. A terrible scourge is corrupting the galaxy's droids. To fight this menace, R2-D2 has to assemble a team of droid heroes, the D-Squad, filled with guest stars from across the galaxy, including a special appearance and showdown by Chopper from Star Wars Rebels.
Chopper coming back, especially with the Ahsoka show on. If you haven't watched it, sorry I spoiled a little bit.
And Jason knows I haven't watched Ahsoka yet, so thanks a lot.
I'm ashamed of you, actually.
And let's head over to League of Comic Geeks here and take a look at some of the variant covers, and we see 4 of them here.
I do like the vintage Droids carded R2-D2. That takes me back to my childhood. That's kind of a cool one. And then we've got the 1 in 50 McCone variant. My thoughts are just get the regular cover this week.
And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let us know what books you're picking up for the week of September the 20th.
Second book for September 20th is Wonder Woman #1. It's the first appearance of Emily and Amazon and first full appearance of the Sovereign. The Amazon warrior is now a wanted outlaw. A new era for the Amazon begins from the superstar team of Tom King and Daniel Sampier. After a mysterious Amazonian is accused of mass murder, Congress passes the Amazon Safety Act, barring all Amazons from U.S. soil. To carry out their plans, the government starts a task force, the Amazon Extradition Entity, to remove those who don't comply by any means necessary. Wonder Woman finds herself an outlaw in the world she once swore to protect. Let's take a look at some of these variant covers.
And we got a bunch on League of Comic Geeks. I'm seeing 9, 12, 13 total variants for this book.
I'm a little bit leery to spend money on these.
I'd probably pick up the Art Germ variant, and I got that really sexy version of Wonder Woman.
I do think the one with the 2 tigers with Wonder Woman is kind of an interesting, the Mateo variant.
And then this Tedesco one's a little bit goofy. Wonder Woman looks like she's riding a kangaroo.
I don't know if that's a reference to something, but I have not seen that before.
But if you're considering this book for the week of September the 20th, I'd probably stick with the regular cover if you're speccing on, these new appearances.
There's some nice looking covers. Check them out. Let us know what you think about this book.
And if you're new to the hobby, make sure you download the Key Collector app. It's a great resource to help you look up books by character, appearances, issue, and a great way to start your collecting journey. And the third book on our list is Superman #6, and this is the first appearance of the Chained, a Doomsday level threat. Synopsis reads: new story arc starts here. First appearance of a new Superman villain, the Chained Part 1. Following the shocking cliffhanger of Superman 5 and the events of Night Terror, Superman has learned that Lex Luthor kept a prisoner beneath Stryker's island for decades. Who are they, and why did Lex lock them up? And let's head over to League of Comic Geeks and take a look at the variants.
Some decent covers here. Nothing that says, hey, go buy this cover.
So I don't see anything indicating this new appearance of this character Chained. However, I do like this Alex Savuic variant. You got that Death of Superman, you got the Metal Superman, Superboy on the cover. So I think I favor that one of the variant covers.
The Bermejo card, cover B. I mean, it's interesting. It's got Superman looking kind of evil there almost, right? With some red eyes. In my opinion, I would stick with the regular cover on this one also.
So have your pick with some of these variants here. Another hot girl variant in the Thiago da Silva variant, if that's your thing. But if you're picking up this book for this new appearance of Chained, we recommend you stick with the regular cover.
And the last and fourth book that we're recommending this week is Strange Academy Moon Knight #1. Now, this is the first appearance of Equation, who's going to be a villain, and it's going to be a 3-issue limited series. The multiversal math bowl at Brooklyn Visions had some pretty devastating consequences that they had brought the Strange Academy kids to Manhattan, and now they've entered the orbit of Moon Knight. Is the new villain called the Equation more than even Moon Knight and his Midnight Mission can handle? One chapter of the 3-part saga begins with this book.
Kind of a cool looking regular cover. You can see Moon Knight there, and that looks like the Strange Academy members behind him, I'm assuming.
The Strange Academy runs have been good books, lots of first appearances. I do like Moon Knight. I'm definitely going to read this series through. Looking at the variant covers, there's a couple for this week that we see. There's a 1 in 25 Shaw variant. I'm not drawn to either of these variants.
Yeah, so only 2 variant covers for this title. So if you're a fan of a particular artist or you like variants in general, then definitely consider one of these covers. But once again, if you're speculating on the first appearance for this book, probably stick with the main cover.
So that wraps up our 4 books that we highly recommend this week. We've also got a few honorable mention books, and the first one we're going to talk about is Batman Superman, World's Finest, number 19. Lots of people follow these guys, and this is going to be the origin of the World's Finest Batman and Superman team up. I don't know if there's going to be, any main first appearance that is going to drive the price of this book up. However, Matt, you mentioned there's a very interesting variant with this book.
I'm looking at this Nicolas Cage cardstock variant, and for you diehard DC fans out there, you know that Superman Lives, perhaps the greatest Superman film that was never made, involving Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage. It's got Nicolas Cage as Superman on this cover, so I think you should definitely consider picking this one up.
Yeah, and they did do a little blurb of him in the Flash movie with Nicolas Cage as Superman. If you didn't know, that's what this is from. I think it wouldn't have turned out very well. I am a big Nicolas Cage fan. For those of you that didn't know, Nicolas Cage is a huge comic book collector. I mean, he's really into this stuff. I could see this cover, this variant cover with Nicolas Cage on it, actually becoming pretty valuable.
Not necessarily a big key for the week, but I would definitely consider picking up this Cage variant cover.
Yeah, and I could see this being hard to find. I think a lot of people, diehard collectors, will know what this is and they'll go after this book. The next book, this one is Predator vs. Wolverine number 1. It's going to be a 4-issue limited series. I don't know how valuable this book will turn out to be, but it's definitely, if you're a Predator fan, which I am, Matt is, I'm going to definitely get these and read. And how can you go wrong when it's Predator vs. Wolverine? The last in our honorable mention is going to be this Green Lantern War Journal number 1. Matt and I love Green Lanterns. It has John Stewart Green Lantern on the cover. And there's some solicitations and rumors that there may be a first appearance of an iconic and new villain in this book. So keep your eye on Green Lantern War Journal 1, especially if you're a big Green Lantern fan. You may want to pick this book up.
So exercise caution if you're considering some of these books for the week. Make sure you use your own judgment before you buy anything. And before we go to our pick of the week, let's go into our long box book, something we might think you can find in a store, flea market, something we think has great value. We have 2 books this week for you.
First book, we actually, I picked up a couple copies of this at the store. They were like $15 each, but it's this X-Force 2. And a lot of you probably know this is the second appearance of Deadpool and the first appearance of Weapon X, Garrison Kane. Now, as you guys know, there is a Deadpool movie coming out soon. There's a lot of rumors swirling with this movie. I think it's going to be a big deal. The Deadpool first appearance, the price is slowly going back up again. It did dip quite a bit. It's starting to go back up. It's in the top 10 sales lists lately, but it's kind of pricey. You know, a Deadpool first appearance can be a pricey book, and for those of you looking for a cheaper alternative, this is the second appearance of Deadpool, and it also has a first appearance, so it's a double key. You can pick these up for $10 to $20. Matt and I looked at the recent sales of the 9.8 of this book. Regular cover is like $70, and a newsstand is a little bit over $100. I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, dual threat book from 1991, and if you're going for that newsstand copy, that's going to be a little bit more expensive, around maybe $130 to $150. But I think that one's probably going to serve you the best long term.
Yeah, if you're looking for collectability and return on investment, this is an early 90s book, and in some of our previous videos, we would put up some pie charts showing when truly the newsstand becomes very rare and should be more valuable. And that's the start of the late 80s, early 90s. These books become very rare, hard to find. To me, that's when, you should truly try to find the newsstand of these books. And because in the 90s there were a lot produced, if you want to, like I said, if you want to buy this for investing, the newsstand is the one to go with on this.
And the second long box book we're going to recommend is Guy Gardner Reborn number 1. And this is from July of 1992. And this is the first solo title featuring Guy Gardner.
A lot of these first solo titles do really well, especially if you can find these things in high grade. The first Guy Gardner is an old, I believe it's a Bronze Age book. It might be right on the edge of the end of Silver, I think early Bronze. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a pricey book. This is a cool cover. Not many people know about this book. It's from the early 90s, and it's the first solo title of Guy Gardner. If you are a Green Lantern fan, this is a great book to pick up.
So 2 great value books here. We had the X-Force book, probably under $10. And then this Guy Gardner book, this one's for sure under $5. So 2 great issues we think you should look at. Back issues, something you might be able to find in the wild. And let's go to our pick of the week. And Jason, what do you have for the week of September the 20th?
I'm going to have to go with the Droids book. I think it might be the more valuable of all these first appearances. A number of the books we talked about this week are villains. I think this is the book of the week, in my opinion.
And I'm going to go with something a little bit outside the box. I'm actually going to go with the Batman Superman World's Finest number 19, the Nicolas Cage variant. So not one of the top keys that we recommended, but one of our honorable mention books. I think this is going to be a little bit of a goofy cover with Nick Cage as Superman, and might be something, maybe something collected in the near future.
I do agree. The Nicolas Cage variant cover, I think that one is going to be sought after, and then it's going to turn out being a collector's item.
And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let us know what books you're picking up for the week of September the 20th. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next week.
MJZ out.